Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Leah, and in today's video I'm crafting up some witchy DIYs in celebration of Hocus Pocus 2 being released today. This is part of a collab hosted by Annie from over at Indiana Jones. I've left a playlist link and her channel link below. I'm going to be using this battery candle to make a black flame candle. Nothing really original here except for my candle stand, and this was rescued from the dump. Got some nice rusty areas on it. A very cool design. I'm going to use some of this paper tape, masking tape, whatever you want to call it. My mom used to call it freezer tape. And I'm taping down some tissue paper on a piece of cardstock, and I'll be printing out the candle design on that. I don't want this to be too sticky because it will tear up my tissue paper when I pull it away. So I'm going to do something like they call it in chalk couture, where you fuzz the tape. I'm just going to stick it down to my hand a couple of times, and that'll get some of that sticky off. And then I'll put it on the edge of the paper. And I'm going to do this on all four sides. I've got some extra to cut out on one side and the bottom, as you'll see here. But after I get this done, I'm going to run it through just my regular Canon copier. I am carefully going to remove the tape, all except for this front edge. I'm going to leave one piece on to help hold it onto the candle. Okay, I'm going to have to do some cutting because this is a little bit taller than this candle I'm using, and this is not a Dollar Tree candle, so this one's a little taller than Dollar Tree. So let me see what I can do about cutting this down, and then I'll be back to finish. Now that I've got it trimmed up, I'm going to wrap it around the candle. And I'm not using Mod Podge because I really don't want this to be a permanent thing. Well, it's still a little bit wide, but I think I can deal with that. I'll just fold those edges down. I'm going to try to roll as straightly as I can. So I'm going to take this slow, roll it, and then I'll roll it all the way down onto that piece of masking tape that I left on there. And I'll tuck these edges in. And then I can go around that with water. And I'm going to get one of my smallish brushes and go right along this edge. And I'm trying to be sure not to wet the brush too much, because I want this to be I want to be able to kind of peel this off, keeping the shape of the candle. Now that I've made it all the way around, I'm going to start pulling. And breaking away the excess on there. I'm kind of pulling inward here. I'll have to leave that in the back naturally. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty okay. It never ceases to amaze me what some people will throw in the trash. I think this candle stand is just fabulous, and it looks all rusty, rustic, the perfect touch for the black flame candle in my opinion. I'm going to be using one of these signs. I picked up several at a store called Dirt Cheap years ago. I found them when they were marked down to 10 cents each. And I love the shape, so I'm going to be painting over that with ink Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to try to keep the gold edging on there if I can. If not, I'll just paint it as well. And I'm going to paint on the side that's already black. I thought the white wording would be easier to cover up than that gold wording on the other side. I think I need to get an angle brush involved here. So I'm going to save that till the last. Go ahead and paint the center. Since this is streaking up, I'm going to go ahead and make some little swirly patterns in that paint. That way, maybe when I paint around the edges, it's going to blend in better. I made a decal with my Cricut, and I'm gluing on some of these little foam bones from Dollar Tree. I actually picked these off of a garland that I made last year, and I'm using my low temp glue gun to stick those down. And now I'm at the bottom, and I want to cover up those holes that used to be where the hanger was, because this is going to be a leaner rather than a hanger. And as for the decal, I left out all the little extra witchy words that were in on the incantation there. I've got a few little pieces where I broke some of the bones when I was taking them off the garland. And I'm going to dot them around where I've got some gaps. I'm going to leave all the little glue strings that were left behind because it just gives it another little witchy cobweb element, I think. I have this little black cat on a pick that I got last year at Michael's. I never got to use it, and I want to put it into use here. I thought it would be a cute addition to the little black cat curse. What I'm going to do is take off the stem, I believe. If I can. If not, I will just clip that wire. Yep, I'll have to clip the wire. No biggie. And I'm going to put him sitting right at the top here. And I'm going to use that low tip glue gun again for that. And I just love the shape of this little cat. When I saw it, I thought vintage 50s kind of. You remember the really long neck cats? I used to have some of those. Loved them. Love this one. And this is how my Thackeray Binks curse sign turned out. I hope that this was a little bit of originality to an otherwise done many times over decor piece. This is something that I made for my coffee bar last year. Hocus Pocus, I need coffee to focus. And it's just a neat square jar that I picked up at Goodwill for 59 cents. Yes, I leave the stickers on because I like to know what my investments are on pieces. I had some different kind of embellishments on there that I wasn't super happy about. So I'm going to be adding something different now. I'm going to take some pieces of ribbon. 2 different kinds of ribbon with polka dots. I'm just going to tie those on together. and let them hang over to the side. And then for the stopper on that, I'm going to use this piece that's been in my craft stash for as long as I can remember. It doesn't fit very well, so I'm going to glue it down. And while I do that, I'm also going to be gluing down a couple of fall leaves. This one that's kind of bent up, I'm going to fold it backwards, so the two leaves look a little more full. Hopefully that will help the front one to stand up a bit. Like so. And I'll just put some hot glue around the top of that, and this DIY will be finished. Or is it a re-DIY if I'm redoing it? And just for an added little touch, I put a black spider on the top to guard whatever elixir is inside. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, let me know by leaving a thumbs up. If this is your first time stopping by, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Only 30% of my viewers are subscribed. What are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button. It's totally free. Be sure to check out the playlist, and until next time, bye-bye.